Okay, so we're in my little home studio. Gonna look around here. I used to have on this side, I took these closet doors down, and I had a drum set in there that came out to about here. And you can see the two drum seats. Only one was used at the time. But anyway, we pull it out when we have to nowadays. I just don't like having the room all torn apart like it was. There's a bass my buddy James gave me several years back. And there's a Marshall, they call it a valve state amplifier. It's supposed to be the same as a, well, it's a solid state amp that does all the effects and things. Here is a monitor that we got upside down and the label fell off, so I don't know what it is. And here is the TKO 115 watt ukulele amp. Alright, I gotta hit pause and keep these around a minute because the iPhone does not like to talk to the Windows machine, so let me pause it. And we're back. So here is the Kramer 100 ST Striker that was my first guitar. I just can't bring myself to get rid of it because it has that slanted humbucker sound going on that it deserves to have because it is a slanted humbucker. Up top we got some Bose monitors as well, and then some Bose speakers there. I don't know if they're coming out real good. Well, here's an old Series 10 guitar. It's a Les Paul copy, as you can see. I need to do this with a light. So in the next clip I'll have a light ready after the minute goes by. Here's my Jackson Firestorm. I love metal, so I had to get a Jackson. This isn't the one I got. The one I got, I gave to my nephew, and I got this one instead. It's got a real pretty flame thing going on with the paint, but of course it's not showing up because I'm ill prepared. So over here is a keyboard that a buddy that I was in a band with left one day, and I guess I'm stuck with it. It's got all kinds of neat effects, so I use it a lot, so that doesn't hurt my feelings too bad. Got all these little lights and stuff. That doesn't, I don't have a hot enough bulb in there anymore, otherwise it would flow nice. This little aquarium I found in my car one day after I left at Walmart. Packaged brand new in the box. I don't know how the hell it got in there. Got this guitar hanging on the wall. All my wonderful bass traps, they're all over the place. You know, that's an Apple crate actually made out of foam. They're everywhere, you can see them. Anyway, here's my big dog. Epiphone SoCal 50. I keep it on the 25 switch. Fender Strat. Bought it from a dude for 400 bucks. Thought I got a real good deal. And here's a Guild. I'm not a Guild, a Dean. It's one of my acoustics I use. I also got a Taylor and a Martin and a couple others. Little Takamine and stuff. But here lies the prize. This guitar is a Guild. It's a Bluesbird AAA model with a Bigsby on it, as you see. And it's basically better than a Les Paul. Over in this area, there's a chambered area under that beautiful finish that kind of just the open little area makes it kind of resonate a little better. It's a lot prettier, in my opinion, than any Les Paul I've ever seen. And it sounds really good. Got another monitor over here, and power supply and everything else. So we'll show you the mics next. So we got, what kind of mic is that? I don't know. You decide. Then we got over here, what kind of mic is that? I got about 3 more of them. What is that? I don't know. You know what that is. Here's a little cheap mic that came with a PA I got, so we just use it as an overhead. You know, doing our thing, trying to do what we can. Here's a nice Shure mic. It's like a 58 something else or another. It's basically a SM58 with a switch on it. If you can see the switch over here. And you know, what can you say? I got it for free, so I take it. Works just as good. That's my favorite mic. It's a Superlux. I don't know anything about it other than the fact that I love it. ECO88. You can look it up. It's also a switch mic. A lot of people don't like switch mics, but what can you do? Can't please everybody. Showed you that. Alright, quick pedal board roundup. Don't use that. Hardly ever. Don't use that. Use that a good bit, about 100 milliseconds on like for good for country, you know, little double slap. Use that one a lot, and then there you go. That's real compatible to the Ibanez. You know, the green, whatever they call it. That I got that because I like Van Halen, and then I use that all the time. And of course, everybody needs a wah pedal. Got the ABY switch, which is important. And well, actually, that's not an ABY switch. That's a channel switcher. I got an ABY switch somewhere. I had to look for it. All right. So now I'll show you everything else. Here's a mixer that I use when I'm doing drums, because we go into this thing. That's an Lexicon Omega, and it's 4 channels basically, but you can hook up to 6 to it. And you got the output level there, and the monitor level there. But anyway, so we use this, but when we're doing drums, we use this too. So we use these guys on the left, these guys on the right. Okay, then we pan it out nice and even over here, as even as we can anyway. So at that point, we're only using those 2 channels, and then we actually got. I use my snare and my bass, and well, not my snare and a bass. Yeah, usually I think it's a snare and a bass. I use the 1 and 2, and then everybody else gets to play in that mix that comes out of here. So from there we go, of course, into the computer, but also we go into this guy that controls these Behringer 8-inch speakers. I got them on both sides, and what they do is I can, you know, control the volume right there. So these powered monitors easily controlled there. There's basically there is the keyboard for the studio computer, and the one here that I use for the internet. And it's a pretty good computer. But I use it to post with whatever we record in videos and whatever we make. And this is the one I use for doing my actual recording and everything. And I kind of leave this one off the internet because I don't want to get viruses. So that's about it. I think we covered it all. There's my chair I sit in. And that's a home studio for about 10 grand.